Life is good when you are happy, but life is even better when others are happy because of you. Vincent, thank you because today you have made us happy, and thank you because your books are going to touch lives and transform them. Thank you very much.
For those who are intending to write a book, for you to develop a book, you have what we call a manuscript. The first publication, that is Understanding Competency-Based Education, was developed to simplify CBE for one, parents, two, teachers, and all stakeholders. I wanted ordinary Kenyans to understand, why did Kenya move from 844? What exactly are competencies, right? Now that we are talking about competency-based education, what exactly are competencies? How does the 2 C's 333 system work? What pathways exist for learners? And what is the future? Or what future are we all preparing for our children? And this purely dark blue interpretation of curriculum design in competency-based emerged from one major realization. Many teachers were not failing because they lacked commitment. They were struggling because curriculum interpretation itself had become a professional challenge. So the third publication, the Effective CBE Facilitator, became even more personal to me. As I interacted with teachers across institutions, I realized something painful. By the way, I remember one day I went to Dr. Boycap. I went to verify professional documents in a certain school, and the male calendar teacher came crying because he did not have their professional document. Then I asked why he would be in such a mood. And he tells me his wife picked the documents and filled them in a tank of water because he was wondering how could he be preparing or what could he be writing in the middle of the night, many to the late hours. Yet he is supposed to be a family man. So the wife thought he was stingy. As I interacted with the teachers, as I'm saying, across institutions, even with the example I've given, I realized something painful. We were discussing curriculum implementation without discussing the condition of the teacher. Teachers are under pressure, emotionally, mentally, socially, financially, professionally. And yet society still expects them to produce transformed learners. In fact, the society believes that if there is anyone who has all the answers, it is the person, teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, these books are not claims of affection. They are contributions to an ongoing national conversation. They are tools. They are reflections. They are professional resources developed from lived educational realities. I stand here today not as someone who has completed learning, but as someone who has committed himself to continuous learning, continuous research, and continuous contribution towards strengthening education in Kenya. One thing I also acknowledge that this journey, as all say, it has not been easy. Dr. Polycarp would bear with me our long travels all over Kenya, trying to do all these things. And sometimes we become out on those cars, even without being paid. Allow me to sincerely thank everyone who has supported this journey, mentors, and also recognized retired education consultants to whom I'm fully given to in recognition in absentia of the CEO, Victor Ezra, who will be joining us later in the day. Colleagues, school leaders, recruit professionals, institutions, family members, friends, and fellow educators were encouraged to be through this process. You know, of course, my wife, who has been in this journey together with me. She is also a teacher. She has been of real support. That educational conversations matter. As we launch this publication today, my prayer is that they not merely sit on shelves, but will become practical tools that strengthen teaching, deepen, and lead to the future of education in Kenya. Thank you very much. Bless Kenya. Welcome.
Praise the name of the Lord. Amen. Yes, Anne Masharia, Dr. Anne. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm honored to review one of the great works by our celebrated author and educator, and none other but our very own Moredi Vincent Sr. Understanding Competency-Based Education in Kenya. And ladies and gentlemen, as I journeyed through this book, there's one thing I realized. It is in many ways a mirror held up to our journey, to the journey of our nation's educational aspirations. Because you remember, and even as you have seen, the author has given us the history from the beginning. What kind of an education system did we have before independence? And after independence, what kind of an education system did we aspire for? And this one is very unique because I've also realized that he's a very good narrator. He has done this with a lot of reality. In fact, the first pages are just a clear narrative of where we began, where we are, and where we aspire to be as a country. And then I realized that this is a true countryman because he has the burden of education. And where is this education? Where is the education that we are giving our citizens? Where is this education taking us to? That is the question that he's asking. And so he traces this from the beginning. Are we together? So this is not just a writing, just for the sake of it. But there are these aspects that make this book stand out. And one is, as I mentioned, comprehensive historical context of CBE, so that we understand why are we talking about CBE today? Why CBE today? And this is not just a policy language or administrative reform. And what the author does here, he traces the evolution of Kenya's education system since independence, detailing the key reforms. The first one was the immediate commission of the 844 system. It describes the core competencies and values of CBE. And very important, the assessment and placement processes. Because I remember, was it last year, towards the end of that term, so many parents would call asking for advice concerning the placement processes. It also guides on the pathways and subject choices in senior school, again, which is very crucial. And also the roles of parents and the teachers and school committees. These roles are well explained. And then the book explains special provisions for learners with special needs. You'll agree that for decades, our system rewarded memorization over mastery. Because of that, we created generations of learners who could pass tests, yes, but they struggled to translate knowledge into innovation, enterprise, or problem solving. And this publication by our celebrated author here, thank you so much, Morey Vincent Sr., and our pastor, he courageously addresses that tension. Because the book clearly and fairly explains why Kenya could no longer sustain an education model designed primarily for an industrial era economy while competing in a knowledge-driven, digital and innovative-led world. This is where we are today. These education systems should anticipate the future. They do not merely preserve the past. You've done a remarkable job, and everyone involved in bringing this important work to life. So this book, Understanding Competency-Based Education in Kenya, is not just a must-have, it is a must carry home and a must read. Knowledge is power. And God himself says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6a. Thank you and God bless.
Reviewer. Our second reviewer is a psychologist. Hapa ni siku ya kusoma na wasomi. He's also a lecturer. He's an author of 1, 2, 3. This palm represents times 2, 10 books. Calculate ama memorize 5 times 2. You memorization group. So he's an author of 10 books. He's a founder, Empower Parents Academy. Yeah? That parents should be stroke teachers, because parents should be also teachers. The first teachers are parents. Yeah, and he's authored books, some of the books, and I know we look for them. Parenting Without Stress. Umepata title. CBE Without Stress. Nimekupea moja, yeah? Even Boys Cry, yeah? By Moran Publishers. Father Makes the Difference, which is very true. How mothers raise boys to be men, and why most men don't go to church, amongst many other copies. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for none other than Dr. Paul Wandere. Atufungulie hiyo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God is good, and all the time. Dr. Ann, you've done a good job. Thank you for setting the pace. I'll be very, very brief and direct to the point. I'm Dr. Paul, as you've been told, a lecturer and a psychologist. And I want just to thank Vincent for the job well done. It is not easy to write a book. Actually, nilikuwa naambia Vincent another time, amezaa watoto watatu at the same time. You cannot launch 3 books. I have never done that. So, Bibi, thank you so much, wife, for supporting this man. Thank you so much. I'll be very practical as we do this. And allow me just to be myself so that we can do something. When Raila died, and I'll tell you why I've told you this story, we were watching the news with my wife. And my wife asked me a very funny question. Allow me to call it funny. Hospitali Raila alipelekwa. Does it mean there are no good hospitals in India? And I told her something I want to say today. That sometimes it's not the buildings that makes a good hospital, but the quality doctors in that hospital. In a school setup, sometimes it's not, unajua ukiangalia what our MPs are doing, which is also good. They are doing a lot of cabros, a lot of painting in schools. But sometimes it's not the buildings that makes the difference. If you go to hospitals, 2 things makes a very big difference. Number 1, the medicine. But of importance is what? The doctors. In a school setup, I would want to tell you, in a school setup vis-a-vis the hospital, The school is the building, the books are the medicine, but the teachers are the doctors. And that is the book I want to talk about, that Vincent has written, the CBE facilitator. That Vincent amesema, the government has come with a very good curriculum, but the person delivering the content matters a lot. Actually, mkiangalia vizuri sana, one of the areas that the government has failed to do, and I'm sorry to say this, is in the area of facilitating these teachers. And I'm happy that Vincent have found a gap and has equipped the teachers on what? On this one. But when you work with education, they'll tell you, one of the things that the government is really struggling about is retooling the teachers, ensuring that the teachers are retooled when it comes to the CBE curriculum. And I can tell you, I have read this book from back to front, that I wish the government can recommend this book to every teacher. Mimi naambia kwa sababu nimesoma. And because of time, when I went through this book, I'm very good in analyzing books. I captured 8 M's. I know you don't know that. I captured 8 M's, and I want every person who is listening to me, 8 M's that I captured that Vincent wants to tell the teachers. Number 1, he is telling the teachers about mastery, the mastery of the content. And I'm so happy what Dr. Ann has told us, that we are no longer cramming. What are we doing? We are mastering the content. Teacher, mtu yote ambaye ako hapa, if you want your teachers to master CBC, this book is enough. I'm not saying that they should not go for retooling courses, but I'm so sure ukisoma hii kitabu, as a teacher or as a facilitator, you can master CBC within no time. The second thing that he has done, which I really recommend him, the second M, is the management of the content. A teacher is a manager. I have been a lecturer for now 16 years, and I can tell you that. When you enter into a class, the pupils you are teaching or the runners you are teaching, they want to see how you have managed that content. From the time umeingia kwa class, you've already told them that tomorrow, and then mkuja na vitu, and then mkuja na vitu. Now, how you manage the class setup from the beginning to the end matters a lot. I just tell the teachers, these children that you are coming are not coming to cram. They are not even after certificate. They want to understand. So the way you manage the topic from the beginning to the end matters a lot. Ya tatu yenye nimefurahia ameongea juu yake is the mental health. A very good topic. I think it is in one of the schools around that mwalimu alitoka kwa staff room akakutwa amejinyonga nyuma ya staff room. I hope you read that stories. People are going through a lot of mental health. As a psychologist, I can look at them and I tell you, there is a table, I don't want to look at it. The cases of mental health are very high. I'm a psychologist. By the way, do you know, I've done a PhD in psychology, so I know. Ukitaka kujua mtu mwenye ako na stress, unaangalianga hapo. If the person you're sitting next is not shining here, ako na stress, please angalia. Sasa kama meza yote haishine, and I know what I'm saying. Guys, I know. Me I do counseling. Mtu akikia kwa class na ako na shida hapa, namwambiaga yako ni kubwa. Is it okay? By the way, do you know Vincent? I don't know who told you this. You've written a full chapter, by the 40 pages on mental health. It's a book we would recommend to every what? To every school. We were talking with Dr. Porikap and those directors who were in private school. Some of the teachers who are not delivering in class. Some of them even, they are running away from your... Unajua kuna mwalimu right now hata hataki kureport on Monday. Unakuta in a private school, and I know this because I talked to the teachers in that. Unakuta mwalimu hata report on Monday. Sometimes you think you are the problem. You start now blaming yourself. You think it is a salary issue, while the issue is what? Mental. So thank you. That is M number what? I only want to talk about 5 M's. Number 4 is what? Number 1 was what? Mastery. Number 2? Management of content. Number 3? Mental health. Number 4, which I loved, is the midwife aspect of a teacher. That this syllabus will only make sense to the children or to the learners if it is well midwifed by who? By the teachers who are the facilitators. By then the CBC will become easy when the teachers get the concept. The last one, I think I captured it very well. And I'm so sure Vincent has done it very well. But allow me to say it as a psychologist, because I felt that Vincent has done it very well, is the manners, the character of a teacher. Very important. Na niseme hivi, allow me to say this, I know it may not be popular, but if there was a TSC guy here or a TSC staff here, they'll tell you, and Vincent, I'm so sure ni vitu utakutana nazo, is our male teachers, the boy child teachers, is really facing a lot of interdiction. Because there is a lot of increased cases of sexual what? Or you may not, have you been in the country? Let me tell you what is happening around. Me, I go, I'm doing a lot of counseling to teachers. Male teachers sleeping with girls in school is very much on the increase. And I did request any person here who is a psychologist to know that is a very great threat. Mnaweza kuwa hamjui, but I'm telling you. Another one that is really now on the increase, lakini inachezwa chini, is our lady teachers sleeping with who? With our boys. I can tell you we have very competent teachers, but the question of character is coming into question.
Good to see all of you. I'm happy, Daktari. I am also happy to see all of you. Quite a number of you, I have seen you. And quite a number of you have not seen you. So it is also a good opportunity to meet with you. I have known Vincent for the last allowed 15 years. So, by the wakati kuliulizwa kama kuna mzazi yako hapa, I felt kama naeza simama. By the Bishop, I have known this gentleman for allowed 15 years. By the wakati nilimjua, niwaambie, wakati nilimjua hakuwa hivi. Wakati nilijua Vincent, hiyo miaka, he is not the same man you can see here today. A lot has. By the way, Bishop, wakati nilijua Vincent 15 years ago, alikuwaga mkolinu. Hivyo, when the teacher then comes here and is able to interpret this, the curriculum design very well, the teacher will be okay in 3 dimensions. Number one is professional knowledge. By the way, hata wewe pahali popote daktari unafanyaga kazi, kitu ya kwanza muhimu, unaona vile umesema ni daktari, watu wanataka kuona huyo daktari namna gani. Sasa wakiona vile unashaini uso, kitabu kidogo, wanajua huyo ni daktari kwa kweli. Kuna vile unaweza simama hapa hivi, watu washinde huyo daktari hajashiba kwanza. No, they want to really look like. So that is the aspect of what? The professional knowledge. Number 2, tumesema inaitwa nini? Professional practice. Wherever you go, people can establish and say, I am sure that person is a good person. The impact. Ya mwisho inaitagwa nini? Professional engagement. So, with this book, it will help the teacher improve on how many dimensions? 3. Sitaki kuongea sana, sababu najua wale walikuwa wameongea mbele yangu ni madaktari. Na hata ile anaongea nyuma yangu ni daktari. Na hata ananiambiaga nirudi shule. So sitaki kuongea kuzidi hapo. But I'm saying this. Mambo magapi? Professional knowledge, professional practice, and professional. By the way, kuja. Unajua lazima umuonyeshe mtu ambaye alipata hii ili apate inspiration ya kupata nini? Si ndio daktari? Sasa mimi naonyeshaga huyu nawaambia, uliacha certificate. Sasa kama ungekuwa na certificate ungewaonyesha. Lakini si unaweza wasalimia.
Thank you, Mr. Victor. Good evening. My name is Kelvin Malusi Paul. I'm a graduate of JQuat. I did Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science. And seeing the doctors today, I might go for the Masters and the PhD. Yes, it's an inspiration to be here. I'm an author of 9 books. I'm challenging Vincent to do 6 more. But I've never launched any, so this is a challenge again to launch one. what I do is I launch my books during parents' meeting. The first time I launched, I sold 40 copies, all of them in one day. Yeah, so yeah, that is what I do. I do launch directly to parents. I scored an A-plane of 2 points. I had an A minus in English, an A in Swahili, an A in math, an A in chemistry, an A in biology, A minus in physics, an A in CRI, and A minus in business studies. And there is, yeah, okay, thank you. The reason why I speak to learners, I speak to parents, I speak to individuals, and one of the reasons why I speak, I've heard you today, that sometimes people get A and it means nothing. And one thing I chose is to show people that A doesn't mean nothing. I started driving my car in 2022. The gate that I've built is equivalent to buying one car in my home. That is the truth. Mr. Victor, that's Jemwambia. So for me, I know an A doesn't mean nothing. And if it means nothing to anyone, yule aliiba mtihani. Personally, I never cheated in any exam. At a chemistry, if you give me an exam, I'll write something. Even in Swahili, I'll write something. So Dr. Bishop, I want to challenge you that an A doesn't mean nothing, except kwa yule mwenye aliiba mtihani. Yes, yes, I want to dismiss that opinion. I have a friend known as Victor. He's also an A material. He organizes a lot of tuitions for students. I have mentored so many students. Some of them are in Hungary. One of the day scholars right now is learning in New York University, Abu Dhabi. The campus in Abu Dhabi. He scored an A minus of 77 points using my study techniques, RM squared and Kevin for MP, which means it's enough proof that A students, if well guided, even if they know what they are doing, they can change this country. The only problem is that we have not been given the opportunity, because some of us think it's only the professors and the doctors who can do it. But even as young men who are also rising up the ladder can change this country, because we have the power, we have the knowledge, and we need to apply it. That's why I've heard about professional practice, knowledge, and engagement. So, yes, Kelvin, I speak to learners. You can invite me to speak to our learners in any school, grade 9, grade Form 3, Form 4, grade 10. You can speak, you can talk to me to coach your son or your daughter, and I'll be available. Thank you for listening to me.
So vile utafanya, vilikwambia ukikuja huko lazima ununue kitabu.
Yes.
Because you know how people become great? Yes. It is by sowing seeds.
Yes.
So wewe utanunua vitabu kama mbegu, ili nao vyako viende vikifanya nini? MC, mimi nimemaliza na hiyo maana hiyo yote mengi na machache. Aya.
Phone number. Yes.
Phone number, peana phone number.
No, you got a name chemistry.
Yes.
Why is potassium K?
I also found it the same, but what I'll do is I'll do the research. I'll do the research. Actually, it's a good challenge. I'll do the research. There must be a reason. It is not out of nowhere. For those of us who are asking for my phone number, is 0729 672 522. I repeat, 0729 672 522. 0729 672 522. Kelvin Malusi Paul.
Help me, ladies and gentlemen, put our hands together and invite Bishop Dr. Kennedy Mwangi Mbatia to help us launch the book. Let's put our hands together until he comes here. Asanteni sana. Thank you. Asante.
Good afternoon, as you said.
Good afternoon to you.
I woke up early in the morning, I think at about before 5:30 we were getting to church. And I looked at the program and I knew that it is at 2 p.m. I went home and I don't know what happened with my mind. And I said that function is going to start at 8 p.m. I don't know what would have happened because I sat there only when 11 Ben called. And I was asking, he told her, well, I'm in the book launch. To come very fast. But it's out of the many things. But we are so glad to be here. Many lives that you live. And you require people who you can look up to. I have sat there, Vincent, I'm so happy that indeed I could see There are people that you are really following, and I'm happy that you found time to come because indeed a mentor needs to realize how important they are to hold somebody by the hand. You'll be happier, more so. I'm sure, Dr. Andele, when you find this student of yours has succeeded more than you, that's one of the joy of mentors. Do you know that? That's why sometimes teachers are paid very little, but they are very happy to see their sons becoming engineers, and they themselves do not get the same pay. And number two, the other person you need in life are people we call confidants. Good friends that you hang around. You laugh about life. You are boys and girls together. Even Bishop sometimes wants to be a boy. Every moment, Bishop, Bishop, Bishop. Sometimes you feel threatened. But there's a place where you want to go there and you are just vulnerable and feeling good to be with them and you can be thus. There's some people I tell that they have good friends of mine, confidence, that if you are outside the room where we are sharing and you heard what we are sharing, you'll be saying, that bishop is not saved. But that's why we don't have a mental breakdown because we have a place where we go and just laugh and become boys. Yeah, we feel so good. And indeed, Vincent, thank you so much because I know you have not worked. There are some guys around you and I can see them here. One day, I'm a pastor for many years now. There was a time I had another pastor, a friend of mine, he was senior than me. So I told them what was happening and these people that I don't like. But he told me they are very good. There's nobody who is not important in your life. Those people who confront you, they critique you, they give you a chance to walk this life more careful. Indeed, you observe much more detailed because they are looking to mark you wrong. And so I'm so happy to be here. I know we are congratulating you, but I'm sure there is somebody who look at this book and I pray they will tell you it's not good. Don't get discouraged in case it happens. It happens because that's the way we grow. We don't grow always by the good thing, isn't it? But don't get discouraged. Indeed, I'm here to really encourage you because I'm one person who is observing you from a very panoramic place. One of the things is the certainty that I have of where you're going. I don't know why I'm so confident. But it's the assurance of the Spirit that you're going somewhere. Beth, you people are going somewhere. Because it's something that you have done in a very fast way. As you have heard, I'm the director of one of the best schools around. In case you have a child that you want them to be in one of the best schools, that the chaplain is a bishop. How many have you had where the chaplain is a bishop? Tell me. It's only in TDC where you find a bishop early in the morning without getting ready. And I'm my senior teacher there, knowing that I ran to be there. And to see the school growing and you being about there, has it really been a great encouragement. CBE is it's something to me. Daktari let me pride a little bit, and there are members of the church that are here. For a long time, even before the changes that came about, I started getting annoyed about the many A's that our kids are getting that mean nothing. There were all these tuitions, Saturday, during the holidays, and those things I was not liking them. So I started praying, and I prayed. I pray. I prayed that indeed there will be a change, that all those tuition that come during the holidays are abolished completely. Let the children be at home. Let the children be children. Let them get a C than an A that means nothing. Oh yes, did you get what I'm saying? Let them get what? A C than an A that means nothing. Because I think with time, we also learned there's not much about those A's. They even became so much discouraged. So when they started talking about CBE and all that kind, I was so excited, especially when people like Matiang came out about and others, maybe a little bit there, and they changed the whole of it. We could now start seeing our sons and our daughters for what they are. Oh yes, for what they really are. And even when we started, I'm not here to advertise TDC, but does it matter anyway? When you get an opportunity, you do what you can do. Yes, there's nothing wrong about it. Yes. So when the Lord spoke to me about TDC, I was preaching in the church. And I said, the Lord is speaking that we start a school. And I'm a friend to many churches around who have schools. And I had the opportunity of even meeting with them, senior bishops. And I told them, I know you have schools, but one of the things that indeed we have done wrong is when you have commercialized education. When we had, from the very beginning, and none of us know that many schools are church-sponsored, isn't it? Yeah, many schools are church-sponsored. And it was more of developing the character of the children more than anything else. I took my children to a Christian school. To me, the greatest thing was not about only getting education, but making them who they ought to be in life. And that's something, indeed, when I speak about children being children, it's where they're able to interact with you. It's where they're able to interact with the parents. And I'm very happy for what I've really heard about that. So that finally we have that individual who, when you meet with them, they can be all that they are supposed to be. We'll see the essence of this book, the way we have rewritten it, because as I've said behind it, you're not just writing like any other person. You're writing as a man of God. And may the Lord favor your work in Jesus' name. We'll seek the source of this wonderful information that are in these books.
They love the book. And you know what the Bible says? There is nothing. Yes. The bed, the other side. Nashika wapi sasa? Ndio meza. Jambo ya tatu, okay.
3, 2, 1.
Naanza tu pole pole, pangima.
Good.
Very good. Wow. And may you write your books. Amen. Do not ignore even one page of your writing. Write the first paragraph. Amen. The others will keep on coming. Amen. In Jesus' name. Thank you so much. Wow. This is...
Tumeitambua kama vile tumewashukuru kwa sababu kila mmoja wenu wameweza kufika hapa wakati kama huu kuchukua nyakati zenu. Kwa hivyo pia tuwabariki kwa kufanya vile. Katika jina la Yesu mmebarikiwa.
Asante sana. Karibu sana, daktari.
Thank you, MC. It is really an uphill task when you are the last speaker and when people like Victor have spoken and Bishop has already unveiled and launched the book. I need grace. So please give me grace. Otherwise, we are here to celebrate Mureithi, which is a really great thing that he has done. Personally, I'm not just celebrating him. I'm actually witnessing what he has beaten me to. But there is one question that we really need to ask ourselves. Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. That is what CBE is supposed to save, is supposed to serve, and is supposed to educate our children. So the question I need to pose for us here this evening is this. Do we see that happening now? Is it something that has been envisioned in the systems? Is it something that our teachers in our schools are able to manifest through our children? I heard the other day that the children who were introduced in CBC from 2017, they will be doing the exam. They inform 3 now. These are guinea pigs. So we have a generation of guinea pigs. Where does that leave our citizens in the next 10, 20 years to come? Because those will be our leaders, those will be our youngsters who are supposed to push this world forward. So, Vincent, there is a gap. There is a gap. But then as much as there is a gap, for me, as I stand here today, I see the gap in terms of values that education system is supposed to infuse in each and every one of us. And this one makes me worry and wonder, the generation we have in Kenya today, which teacher taught them? Which teacher taught them? And no wonder Patrice Lumumba says, "Teach me, teacher, but don't teach me nonsense." Why refer to that? Because if we are being taught from grade 1 to grade 8, most of us are class 1, class 8, form 1, form 4, right? What were we taught? Because when I look around, the people we castigate in the leadership, who are they? Are they not our classmates? Are they not people who are ahead of us in one way or another? So which values did they learn? Because I always say this, Kenya today is number 1 in corruption, if you checked. The last time I checked, it's number 1 in corruption. In the years God has given me, I've never seen a college where people learn to be corrupt. Then we are talking about values that are supposed to be entrenched in CBC. And I can highlight them for you. There is citizenship. Citizenship is there, number 1. If you ask someone today whether they love this country, what will they tell you? I come first, then everybody follows. So if Vincent, the CBC has to make sense that Patrice says, "Teach me, teacher, don't teach me nonsense," is that we need to have children, learners who have got values. As I conclude, please take these words home with you. Rivers don't drink their own water. Trees don't shine for themselves. And flowers don't spread their fragrance for themselves. Living for others is a law of nature. Life is good when you are happy, but life is even better when others are happy because of you. Vincent, thank you, because today you have made us happy. And thank you because your books are going to touch lives and transform them. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Hey, a better round of applause for Daktari. Are we learning? Are we any better? Even before we open the books, there's a lot of wisdom really on this lecture. And so many thanks, Daktari. We really thank God for you and for that wisdom. Mnunulie kitabu. You know that teacher who taught you something? Yeah? Or teaches your children for now? Buy them this book. And I know the Lord will bless us. We shall progress even as we support our brother.
Good evening. Okay, my name is Harry Kisia. By professional, I'm hardware and a software engineer. I studied at MKU, but I have let's say 4 years experience in the market, building a lot of projects for both companies and all that. I graduated last year, but you'll be surprised I've worked with almost 15 companies before even I graduated. Okay, at Trust Kisia Technologies, here I'm representing Trust Kisia as a technician. As a technician, since he's my brother, the founder of Trust Kisia, I help him in doing some repairs, maintenance, and software installation and all that. Personally, I build websites and all that. Here, when we say powering the CBE era with reliable technologies, here we sell laptops, tablets, kids tablets. Assume that you have a kid, let's say for instance, you buy this tablet. This tablet you are able to empower your children by downloading applications on the tablet, whereby let's say for instance it's stories, application that gives interesting stories that is interesting to learn. So you find that your kids will be able to do some good composition and all that. Also, another thing, you realize that there are apps that are recommended in the CBE for kids, depending on the different grades, whereby kids can master mathematics, those subjects that are failing and all that. So we have some tablets over there. Also, another thing, when you say...
Now I thank you very much. When I was in school, I wanted to become a doctor, but our system of education cut me off. I did not get the points to go and become a doctor. I wanted to become a doctor in medicine. Probably I will become a doctor in business. Thank you very much. And I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the organizing committee. It is my great honor and privilege to deliver this vote of thanks during this BC launch by Mr. Vincent Morevis Senior. We begin by thanking God for the grace, favor, faithfulness that has enabled us to gather here today in good health and unity for this special occasion. Today has truly been a memorable and inspiring occasion, and we are sincerely grateful to our distinguished guests who honored us with their presence and support. To begin with, we extend our heartfelt appreciation to our chief guest, Bishop Dr. Kennedy Batia, for gracing this occasion and for your inspiring support towards education, mentorship, and even unveiling the books and prophesying greater heights for Mr. Vincent Senior. And special thanks goes to our keynote speaker, Dr. Polycarp Kubai, for the powerful and insightful address that has enriched us, challenged us to continue supporting quality education under the CBC curriculum in CBE and understanding who an educated person is. It is not the person with the highest accolades, but those who have intellectual humility. And we thank you for the great quotes. You said very many, I carried one. I'll see you to get the others. The one that I got was rivers don't drink their own water. Kindly tell me another vote that he said. Thank you. I will see you. You give me the other quotes so that I can note them. And to our esteemed book reviewers, Dr. Anne Masharia, Mr. Victor, and Dr. Paul Wandere, We thank you for your valuable reviews, professional insights, and constructive reflection on this important publication. Your contributions has greatly enriched this lounge, and it has made us better. Most importantly, we congratulate Mr. Vincent Morethi for the remarkable effort, commitment, and vision demonstrated in authoring these CBC books. Your work will undoubtedly impact many teachers, learners, institutions across the country, and parents as well. We also sincerely appreciate our moderators and our MC as well. To all school directors, administrators, and teachers present today, we deeply appreciate your dedication to nurturing learners and advancing education in our schools. Your support towards academic excellence and CBC implementation is truly commendable. Our sincere gratitude also goes to the Master of Ceremony for the excellent coordination, energy, and professionalism displayed. Yes? Yeah. Throughout the event, your guidance has made this occasion lively, organized, and enjoyable. Thank you for calling me a doctor once again. Yeah. We also extend our sincere appreciation to all invited guests, friends, partners, parents, supporters who made time to attend this special occasion. Your presence has made this event colorful, successful, and memorable. We do not take your support for granted. Thank you. Special appreciation also goes to the technical team for ensuring that the sound, presentations, and overall program ran smoothly throughout the event. Your hard work behind the scenes played a major role in the success of this occasion. And for your information, he came to answer my question, why potassium is K and not P. Do you want to know? Kindly see him. And know what he does, and give him some work as well for what he does. For payment of that answer, the answer that he will give you. Yes, thank you. You asking a question? There is a consultation fee? He will advise accordingly. Yes. And to our photographer, Ankim Studios representative, thank you for capturing these wonderful moments and preserving the memories of the special day. Yeah. We also wish to appreciate Mrs. Morethi for standing with Mr. Morethi and seeing the vision when he said you are in, is it Embu? University of Embu. I think you did not see a man, you saw a vision. And within the vision, you got a man who became a husband. Thank you very much. You are going to go far together with your hub. Yeah. So, sorry kidogo, I got lost. Yes, and as well as any family members and loved ones who have offered encouragement, support, and prayers through this journey. Your support has been invaluable. We also would like to thank our partners who partnered with us in making this possible. To the committee, thank you for unwavering support in planning this and making it possible for this launch to happen. You tirelessly met physically and online to make it possible. May God send angels to you when you will need such kind of support. Lastly, we sincerely thank the management and owner of this hotel for graciously allowing us to hold our event here today and for permitting us to place our banner outside the premises. Their hospitality, cooperation, and support have greatly contributed to the success of this occasion. And for those who may not have been mentioned in the categories appreciations of the appreciations, accept our appreciation for being here and for any role you may have played. And as we conclude, may this book launch open doors for greater achievements, collaboration, and transformation in education. Thank you all for support. May God bless you abundantly, and may you have a safe journey back home. Thank you.
You forgot. and that is the CEOs. So we all agreed we are CEOs. So you tell that CEO seated next to you, asante sana. Just in case they forgot they are CEOs of the places they come from, asante sana for coming. So Vincent will be seated there where my brother John is seated. You can have your books autographed on your way out, but feel free. There's more tea. There's more bite. There are more bites. Network. Know someone. Me, I'll be saying Daktari because he's a coach, and I want one day to be a coach.
That matches you with the scholars. I have listened to Dr. Paul, who has left. I've listened to Dr. Kubai, who is still with us. I've listened to Reverend or Bishop Dr. Mbatia. And I think all of them have talked about character. I don't want to repeat what they said. But to cap it all, and I've also had several quotes from our keynote speaker. I like that. So allow me to add one more quote, just to sum it up, what they have basically been sharing. Aristotle, you know where he comes from. Aristotle says, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. I want to say it again, Dr. Kubai. When a doctor tells you to say it again, it means you are qualified to teach a doctor. When Aristotle comes from Greek and he taught many others, I think including Plato, he says educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. And I agree with you, Dr. Kubai, maybe that's what the nation is lacking. We have all the scholars, we have all the intellectuals, but the country is not doing well. We are still yearning to go to Singapore, or is it France? May the Lord help us.
I really want to thank God. The day has been so successful. Build what even I had planned. I've seen the greatness of God. Two, I really want to appreciate the coming of my friends and family in this gathering today, even in celebrating and learning during the course of today. Indeed, today has been an impactful day. The reviewers have done really an excellent job in reviewing all my books, right from Dr. Ann, who reviewed the Understanding Competency-Based in Kenya, to Victor Ezra, who reviewed the interpretation of curriculum design. And lastly, we had Dr. Paul Wandere, who did a very good job in reviewing the effective CBE facilitator. I really want to thank God because of my bishop, Dr. Kennedy Batia, who has done a great job in releasing a blessing towards this work, even as it gets into Kenya, to be read by parents, the teachers, and all the stakeholders in the field of education. And much more so to the keynote speaker, who released nuggets of wisdom, even about life. And I really loved the quote that intellectual, about the intellectual capacity. It can only be determined by the humility one has, and that would refer one as the most educated person. So I'm really grateful. The day has been a success. And I thank God for everything that has really happened today. Thank you so much.